Could it be? Me, your man, Louie T, welcome to week 3 of the preseason. Saints, Chargers from the StubHub Center in L.A. Saints with the football. They had a run to Alvin Kamara to start the game off. Good to see him out there. He hasn't been out there all preseason long. Same can be said for Drew Brees, who also starts this game off. Got a gain of 2. Brees just dumped it down underneath for a gain of about 4, setting up a third and we'll call it 4, maybe 5 here, as this is the first possession of the game. Brees in an empty set, back in the backfield by himself in the shotgun. 5 wide, got the Chargers spread out. Let's see what he does here. Got a good pocket, throws it deep, and it is intercepted by Derwin James. Look at that young fella, man. Read Drew Brees' eyes, took him straight to the football, and the young fella makes a play, man. Picks Drew Brees off on the first possession, and away we go in L.A. That is a great play by Derwin James, man. I mean, you just see some of the athleticism. He goes up and gets that football. You see the hands to pluck it out of the air, come down with it, and he gets this thing started off right for the Chargers as they'll take over with some good field position. And Phillip Rivers and company will hit the field. No Melvin Gordon III. He's dealing with the family issue tonight, so he will not play. But all is right with his health, as he is a huge part of this Chargers offense. They're going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 37. So that's excellent field position for Philly Rivers and company. We'll see what they do. And I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight, man. Saturday Night Football. And this will be the last game of the night. And they're reviewing the interception. Why? I don't know. Because he definitely caught that football. But they're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I guess just to confirm that he picked it off, which, as I just mentioned, looked like a definite INT. But nonetheless, my man Craig Smith says, I'm in here, Lou. Chargers fans. He said, Chargers fans in the midst of a family full of Saints diehards. Pray for me. Hey, hang tight in there, bruh. I know you was just going nuts on that pick. That's gorgeous, man. Durham with a nice pick. And I honestly don't even know what they're looking at because, yeah, Derwin bobbled it a little bit on the way down, but that football never hit the ground, and he was able to cradle it. And I think it's a easy catch, but I guess I want to see the other point of view because maybe the other angle showed something because it just seemed too obvious for them to even be looking at this, but we'll see what happens. Matthew Lynch says, Derwin, man, Bruce, he said, hope Bruce sees this. It's preseason, but again, it is what it is, man. You know, I told you, it is what it is, and we don't need to keep talking about it. But just store that one away in the memory bank. You know what I mean? And we'll see if this continues when the regular season hits. But, you know, just store it away in the memory bank. So we'll see if the play holds up when they come back from commercial break to see if, in fact, this is an INT. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. And they have confirmed it. Yeah, I don't understand why they even needed to look at this. Look, so there's a little bobble there, but he corrals it. The ball's never even close to the ground. This is the angle we need right here. Okay, it bobbles it a little bit, but that ball never moves. He's not even close to the ground. Like, why are we stopping play for that? The ball wasn't even close to hitting the ground. I didn't even understand why we had to go to a commercial break there. Austin Eckler. Boy, the Chargers stay with some kind of bum-ass backup running back that you just like, hey, where you get this dude from, man? Kind of reminds me of our situation. One of these undrafted dudes you never heard of. You're like, bro, where he come from, man? one of these small little scat type backs, similar to Danny Woodhead, one of them type of guys. Division II guy, Austin Eckler. Drops it off to Keenan Allen. Does Rivers after the nice run by Austin Eckler. Eckler got about a good 17 on that run. And we get a little Keenan Allen sighting early. And that's what you do with a top flight wide receiver. You get him to rock early, man, which is what I was complaining about with the Redskins yesterday. It's just, I know they wanted to get AD going and get him involved, but you got to get your receivers the football early, get them involved in the game, and that's what the Chargers just did. Another handoff to Eckler. They are gashing the Saints right now on the ground. Eckler on 2nd and 5 after the Keenan Allen 5-yard shallow cross goes for about a good 13 just now. I mean, they doing whatever they want up front right now. Let's see what's going on here. Sheldon Rankins gets double teamed, and that's a massive hole there. Excuse me. 2 rushes, 33 yards for Austin Eckler on his first 2 touches of the game, man. And after those 2 runs and that Allen catch, they're at the 25-yard line of the Saints. Now he dumps it down to Eckler in the flats on a flare, and he gets 5 on that. So Austin Eckler doing work. We're going to get our first look at Marcus Davenport tonight. And he's number 92. So I guess in an obvious passing situation, we might get our chance to see what that guy's about. He's been dealing with some injuries, and they wanted to make sure he was healthy before they put him out there. Eckler got another 9, man. So Eckler doing work early. They moving it right down the field, now inside the Saints' 10-yard line. My man Craig Smith giving me the work over here about Austin Eckler, man. Hey, look, man. I disrespected that man thoroughly on the draft wrap-up series. I talked about how the 7th round pick out of Northwestern, Justin Jackson, was going to take this man's spot as the backup running back on his football team. And right now, Austin Eckler is telling me to shut the hell up. And hey, look, man. I'm going to put some respect on that man's name if he keeps running a rock like this. Trey Hendrickson is down for the Saints. Hopefully everything's all right. It's something with his back. He keeps putting his hand on his lower back. So let's hope it's nothing serious. But like I said, the preseason, the biggest thing is come out of this game healthy. That's objective number 1. You know, you want to look good. You want guys to get into a rhythm and a flow. You want the continuity. You want guys to gel and mesh. But the overall arching theme of any preseason game, especially preseason game number 3, because it's the last one you'll see these guys in for the most part, is you want them to come out of this game healthy. You know, if you get hurt in week 1 of the preseason, turn an ankle, you need 2 to 4 weeks, guess what? You can sit out the rest of the preseason and be ready week 1. You do that same injury in week number 3 of the preseason, you might not be ready to go for the regular season opener. So it is imperative that you stay relatively healthy throughout this game. And for the most part, haven't heard any real catastrophic injuries this weekend thus far, which is a good thing. We're starting to get to a point where we're down to the final about 4 games or so in the weekend, and I haven't heard of any real big injuries. Nobody went down of note, so that's a good thing, man. And in all the games I've watched, I haven't seen any real injuries. No trainers really having to come onto the field. Nobody really slow to get up. So it's been a good day from an injury standpoint. Let's keep it that way tonight. Eckler continues to be the source, the main source of this drive, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds well short of the end zone. And it's going to bring up 4th and goal as the Saints able to stop Eckler at around the 4-yard line. So crowd's going nuts. So it sounds like they're going to keep the offense out on the field. Let's see if that the visual matches the audio, and that is in fact the case. Phillip Rivers in the backfield by himself in the shotgun formation, which means it's an empty set. Now they motion Austin Eckler into the backfield with Phillip Rivers. We'll see what they do here. 4th and goal from the 4. Rivers drops back, slings it back in the end zone. Not even close for Mike Williams, who was double covered on the play. And so the Chargers will turn it over on downs. Impressive opening drive for the Chargers, but nothing to show for it as they bog down at the 4-yard line and turn it over to the Saints, who will take over 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. If you are out there and you want your comment read on the air, use the hashtag LouieTLive to have your comment read on the air if it is pertinent. And just as a side note, for those of you who are here, I'll quickly go over the upcoming schedule. On Monday, August 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be breaking down the AFC South Division and giving our predictions and projections. Phone lines will be open. Twitter will be open. YouTube chat discussion, as it always is, will be open. Looking to have a lot of fun breaking down the AFC South Division. That same night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will then dive into the NFC South. So for you Saints fans out there, we'll be breaking down that division along with the Saints on Monday night at 9 p.m. So join me for that. Tuesday, we'll move on to the North divisions in both conferences, starting with the NFC North at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, August 28th. We'll then go to the AFC North at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, August 28th at 9 p.m. to break down the Norris division in the AFC and talk about the prospects of that division. And then we'll wrap up our season prediction and projections with the West divisions on Wednesday. We'll push it back an hour East Standard Time just to give the West Coasters a chance to get home and get settled. So 8 o'clock, we will dive into the NFC West. And at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will jump into the AFC West to wrap up the divisions. So, Saints back on the field. Drew Brees back under center. 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line, so backed up pretty deep. We'll see some more of Alvin Kamara, I surmise, and still getting some of these first-teamers. Drew Brees' last possession ended on a Derwin James INT, so Brees looking to get some get back. First play is a quick hitter to Michael Thomas, get the young man involved, and that's what you do. Like I said, I don't care if it's for 1 yard. I want the ball in my big-time playmaking receiver's hands early on in the game so that he gets his feet wet, gets established, and is in the game. I want him to understand that we're going to come to you early and often. You need to get them involved so that they stay mentally focused and stimulated throughout the course of the game. And so both teams have done that with their big play wide receivers. And so gain of 3 from Michael Thomas, 2nd and 7 for the Saints, as he then turns around and hands the football to Mark Ingram, who goes nowhere. Might even have lost a yard on that play to set up a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 7, as the Saints look to convert on this 3rd down and try to give themselves a little bit of space. Draw handoff to Ingram, and he's got space, but the Chargers, they do a great job of rallying to the football. They converge and stop him 2 yards shy of the 1st down, bringing up a 4th and 2, and that's going to force a punt. And so the Chargers should get really good field position here after this punt. And Kazir White is a rookie that they really love in Los Angeles, and they've been trying him at different positions, but I think they're going to play him at linebacker. And from all accounts, he's been having one hell of a camp. Travis Benjamin with a nice little punt return, and that's going to give them even better field position than they were already going to start with because of the bad field position the Saints had and not picking up any first downs. So Chargers should come on the field in Saints territory when they come back off a commercial break. So let's get to the comment section to see if we got any heat. Craig Smith says, names to watch: Kaiser White, Uchenna Nwosu, Derwin James, he says, and J.J. Jones, punt returner. So Kaiser White, let me go through a couple of these names, the ones that I'm familiar with at least. Kaiser White is a rookie safety / linebacker out of West Virginia. He's the brother of Kevin White, for those of you who did not watch the draft wrap-up series. And he's a guy that I thought played well around the line of scrimmage. And I said it wouldn't shock me if he was a box safety or even a linebacker in the mold of a Dion Buchanan. And whoa, what do you know? They're using him in that same capacity as a linebacker. And he is excelling at that. All reports out of camp is that this guy's lighting up and they love him. And they're so excited about what this guy could be for that defense in the front seven. Uchenna Nwosu is an edge rusher out of USC, a guy that I think has some potential with this defense. We already know that these guys can get after the quarterback with Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa, and you add a guy like Uchenna Nwosu to the mix, and all of a sudden you feel like they're getting even stronger in terms of pass rush. Also, Derwin James, we already saw what this guy is capable of. I don't like the 33 on him, but I can tell you this much. Dude's a baller in whatever number you put him in, and he's already shown that tonight with the interception of Drew Brees. So we know what he can bring to the table. And J.J. Jones, I am not familiar with him. I guess we'll learn who he is together watching this game. Craig Smith also says, this pass rush is going to be nasty, Lou. Bosa, Ingram, Rochelle, White, Derwin, situational. I think that Rochelle, you know I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan, so Rochelle was one of my favorite guys along that defensive line over the last 3 or 4 years. So I know that guy gives maximum effort when he's on the field. And it's good to see Trey Hendrickson back on the field for the Saints. After he left the game briefly with a back injury, he's back in the game. So that's a good sign as the Chargers take over from the Saints' 42-yard line. So like I told you, after the Travis Benjamin punt return, they're going to be in Saints territory. 42-yard line is where they start this drive. Hand off to Austin Eckler, who gets about a good maybe 5 yards on that carry, but holding on the Saints, it looks like. And it looks like they're going to go backwards. The defense, excuse me. Normally when the flag comes from the backside, yeah, it's holding on the defense. And they're going to call that on Tyler Davidson, defensive lineman out of Fresno State a couple of years ago in the draft for the Saints. Holding Marquise Pouncey. Which one is that? Which Pouncey is that? I never get them right. I just stick with Pouncey. Austin Eckler with a counter run gets about a gain of 3 after the penalty gave them an automatic first down. Blackbird Blitz says, just call the AFC North the Norris division. The Norris. Yeah, I did call it the Norris. You weren't supposed to catch that slip up, though, man. Let me live, man. All right, Phillip Rivers takes a shot down the field to the wide side of the field to Travis Benjamin down the right sideline. Incomplete pass, though. Ken Crawley was in pretty good coverage there. Actually turned and looked to try to locate, even though he was hand fighting with him. Does a good job of turning and looking And you turn and look, and a lot of times the officials will let you get away with physical play. That's why I'm always preaching being an LLCer. You got to locate football. If you look back and you can locate ball, you can go and make plays, but even more so, you can get away with a little bit of physical contact. And that's what Crawley was able to do on that play. Rivers drops back under a little bit of duress, but he dumps it off to Watt out of the backfield, the brother of J.J. Watt. And he gets the first down, about a good gain of 8 there for Chris Watt, fullback. Oh, he gets 11 on that one. So first down, and Phillip Rivers was under a little duress, took a little hit as he delivered that football, but Watt able to get the football in a great position to run after the catch, and he was able to get up the field and get a first down. This has got a run all over it, written all over it here. Single back situation, and they hand it off to number 38. Let's see who this is. Newsome. See, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Who the hell is this dude? Another one of these bums that was there last year. We got to stop with this, man. We got to get them a real quality backup in Los Angeles, man. We got to stop with all this Newsome and Eckler stuff. Even though Eckler looks pretty good tonight, man. This Newsome dude. I can't keep doing this with the Chargers, man. They got to stop this. Another a fake handoff, and they give a toss on a reverse to Travis Benjamin. Woo, don't hurt him now. Don't hurt his ankle. Hell of a play by Marcus Davenport. Hog tie Travis Benjamin and jump on his back and yank him down. So this is our introduction to Marcus Davenport, and that was a nice little play there. Yoked his ass up. And Eckler's on the sideline. That's why Meredith is in the game, as he motions to the backfield. We got a tight end and three receivers set, 3-by-1. Newsome able to pound it forward for a first down on 3rd and short. So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Chargers looking to get it in. They hand it off to Newsome. He cuts back and goes behind some tremendous blocking and touchdown. The Chargers up front have been creating a new line of scrimmage all game long thus far. The Saints simply have gotten 0 penetration. First contact, that's a hell of a hold there by Watt. Got away with one. Watch this hold by Watt. This is a hell of a hold right there, boy. But nonetheless, I mean, first point of contact came at what? The 1? That play started at the 5? He didn't get contacted until he got to the 1? I mean, that's what they've been doing to this Saints defensive line and front 7 all game long, is they've been just dominating the line of scrimmage, man. Somebody had to be offsides, because they almost blocked that kick. Yeah, offsides. Stussy about to tell us it's offsides and they want it on the kick. Meredith says he got really lucky when he went from those horrible Bear QBs to a Hall of Famer. Well, remember Cam Meredith got hurt last year, so he didn't even get to play with Mitchell Trubisky. He was in the preseason game versus the Titans last year when he went down. And I think he would have loved to have had the opportunity to play with Mitchell Trubisky, but it wasn't meant to be. He got injured, and the Bears decided to go in a different direction. And so, voila, here he is, you know, getting an opportunity now in New Orleans. And we'll see what happens, man. Matthew Lynch says, Drew's declining arm strength going to hurt him. Drew's accuracy and ball placement and anticipation will allow him to continue to play for the next 2 to 3 years easy. So, yes, his arm strength isn't what it once was, but Drew still gets the most out of his abilities with his ability to anticipate, read defenses, and put the football in pinpoint accurate positions where guys catch it and have an opportunity to run after the catch. Let's see. Craig Smith says, keep an eye on this kid Newsome, Lou. He's a rook that's balled this preseason. I'm good, man. You trying to put me on the Newsome, and I'm good. How many of these small, stocky backs you trying to put me on to tonight, man? I'm good. Like Austin Eckler, what is he, 5'9", about 205? And then Newsome looks like he's about a good 5'10", 210. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Wow. John McCain passed away, man. I didn't even know the man had brain cancer. I don't watch enough news, man. I should be ashamed of myself. Damn, John. John McCain dead at 81. Wow. Okay. I didn't even see it coming. Got blindsided by that one. All right. Anu Naga says, just checking in. What's my boy Mike Williams doing? Hashtag wide receiver U Clemson. He got one target in the end zone on a 4th down. He didn't get a shot. Phillip Rivers threw it way too high, back of the end zone, double covered. There was nothing there. And other than that, he's been silent in this game. They've pretty much run the football, handed it to Austin Eckler and Newsome the entire game. So not many receivers have gotten opportunities in this game, nor have they needed to because of the dominance on the ground thus far by the Chargers. The Saints have a turnover, and they had bad field position and punted from their own end zone, essentially. And so the Saints haven't done anything, and then the defense hasn't been able to stop the Chargers' rushing attack at all. So not a lot of attempts right now. No, I don't think they've been in 1 3rd and long situation after the Chargers yet this game. I think everything's been short to medium in terms of 3rd down situations, and it's because of the success that they're having on early downs running the football. So, touchback for the Saints. They're going to start this drive, 1st and 10 from the 25. Let's see if they can't get something going here. 3:13 left in the first quarter. They give it to Alvin Kamara. He gets a nice little run and start and is able to get about a good gain of 4 out of his 1st down run here. So after the gain of 5, 2nd and 5, Benjamin Watson in motion. They give it to Kamara. Nope, they go bootleg. And Breeze throws a pass to Carr. And Carr gets a gain of 2. Going to leave them 3 yards short of the 1st down. So it's a 3rd and 3 from the Chargers' 32-yard line. See if they can't convert here. Breeze goes to Kamara. And Kamara forgets something. It's called the football. And he would have had the 1st down. Derwin James there in coverage. Kamara so anxious to get up the field with the football to get the first. He forgot the football. And so that drop results in 4th down. And the Saints will yet again have to punt. So not a great start to the game for the Saints. And this is what you get with guys when they haven't played. Drew Brees hasn't played in a preseason game this year, this preseason. Alvin Kamara hasn't played in a preseason fake. And it's a successful one to Taysom Hill, the backup quarterback. They snap it to Taysom Hill. He shows a little bit of the athleticism and is able to get up the field. And voila, Saints get a 1st down. Great job by Taysom Hill to get the snap and get up the field. Good block by Banjo to spring him. And the Saints get a second chance at trying to put this drive together now after the fake punt on 4th down is successful after Taysom Hill gets a gain of 5 on 4th and 3. And so now Ingram back on the field in the I formation. 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Fake to Ingram. Breeze drops back. Great pocket. Wide open Michael Thomas down the field. Stiff arms Mauger, the cornerback, Craig Mauger, and picks up an additional 2 yards. So that's a nice 26-yard gain right there on play action fake. Work to perfection. The backer sucked up. Wide open on the over route for Michael Thomas. Breeze doesn't miss him. Thomas stiff arms the hell out of Craig Mauger. Picks up an additional 2 yards. And look, Michael Thomas, for those of you who don't know, boy's a baller, all right? Boy's going to be one of the best in the league. And I was having a conversation with a couple of Saints fans last year trying to explain to them just what they had on their hands. Screen set up to Ingram. He's able to make the first defender miss, drag a couple more for a gain of 8. So, nice little screen there by Ingram. Going to set up a 2nd and 2 at the end of the first quarter. That 2nd and 2 will be on the other side of the quarter as the time will tick down, and we'll go to the second quarter. Chargers up 7-0. Saints on the move, though, after the fake punt and the big completion to Michael Thomas. They're on the move. 2nd and 2 is where we'll pick up in the second quarter in Chargers territory. Saints on the move. Let's get to some comments, though. Craig Smith says, you got to stop dogging these diamonds we keep finding, bro. Hey, look, man. I'm just trying to get you some official stuff. Hey, aren't you tired of shopping at the thrift store? I'm trying to, let me upgrade you. Let me upgrade you, man. Trying to get you some real stuff here, man. Tell Tom, Coupon Tom, stop shopping at the thrift store, and I'm trying to get you some real items, man. Trying to upgrade you to Nike, man. Stop wearing that damn Adidas. Craig Smith says, Justin Jackson hasn't been healthy since camp started. If you ain't healthy, you can't make the team as a 7th round pick. So I ain't mad at that. I already told you the best ability is availability. If you ain't able to play, how are we going to assess you and put you on this team? It's not like Justin Jackson's a 3rd or a 4th round pick. Justin Jackson's a 7th round pick. He needed the ball just to make the team anyway. The fact that he hasn't been healthy, he's not going to make the squad. Newsom has already supplanted him as the 3rd running back. Yeah, Justin Jackson's not going to make this football team. He'll be on the practice squad. The Sports Fury says, what's up, bro? What are your thoughts on the Redskins game against the Broncos from yesterday? The Redskins were absolutely horrible yesterday. There was a bright spot, though, and that one bright spot really, I think it tempered the frustration level somewhat, was, of course, AD. Adrian Peterson was just stupid yesterday. Far exceeded anybody's expectations of what we were going to get in the first game. And so leaving that game, you think to yourself as a Redskin fan, hey, we might have a shot at a real legit run game. And if the biggest takeaway was maybe Alex Smith won't have to try to beat somebody he's not after all. So that was the takeaway from the game. No one got hurt, so obviously that supersedes everything, including AD's performance. So it's, hey, we came out of that thing healthy. That's number one. Number two, AD's performance. Number three, man, did the pass offense and the defense as a whole look horrendous yesterday. We couldn't get any pressure on Case Keenum. We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't tackle anybody. It was bad start to finish for the defense. The first 4 possessions, I think the Broncos scored 3 touchdowns. So it was bad yesterday. It was real bad. But AD was a bright spot in what was a really dark Redskin 3rd preseason game for the 2nd consecutive year, because we didn't play well against the Cincinnati Bengals in the 3rd preseason game last year either. So, but back to the game. Breeze goes play action fake, dumps it down to Benjamin Watson, who picks up about 5 and moves the sticks. Remember, it was 2nd and 2. they pick up 5 or 6, that's going to move the sticks. And so we have a fresh set of downs for the Saints at the Chargers 23-yard line. They hand it to Kamara. He's able to break 2 tackles and spins out of bounds after a gain of 7. Give him 8 on that carry. So nice little run, nice piece of run in there. Eludes 1, eludes 2, then spins out of bounds and gets 8 to set up 2nd and 2. And so the Chargers, 8-play drive, 60 yards, 4 minutes of the first quarter into the second quarter clock. They're moving the football down, looking to try to tie this game up. They give it to the fullback, and he's able to plunge forward for 4 yards and a first down. So is that line? Zach Line? Yep, Zach Line with the first down. So Saints on the move. Another fresh set of downs. So now they're inside the Chargers' 20-yard line after the Zach Line run. So let's see if the Chargers defense can buckle down. 10th play of the drive. They're at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Kamara out of the backfield. Oh, if he could make that one guy miss, he was going for a touchdown. Instead, he got tripped up by Derwin James, and he ends up going out of bounds around the 5-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down. But he had a chance. I think he might have actually gotten to the 3. Let's see where they marked this football. Did he step out of bounds? I don't think he did. I want to see where they marked this ball at. Yeah, 1st and goal. That's what I thought. He got out of bounds at around the 3. So that's 1st and goal. And they mark it at the 2. So they hand it to Kamara, and he goes up the middle, and he's going to get in. Touchdown. Tie ball game. Pending the extra point. Beautiful drive by the Saints. Started at the 25-yard line after the touchback. Methodical 12-play drive, move it all the way down the field, 11-play drive, move it down the field in 5 minutes and 25 seconds, and end it with a 2-yard Alvin Kamara plunge into the end zone. And that's a good response after the first 2 possessions, which were duds for the Saints. Interception and a 3-and-out deep in their own territory. Looks like Sean Payton's going to go for 2 here. Leave it to Sean Payton to get some 2-point conversion work here in the last preseason game where you're going to see starters. Oh, that's a nice little play. I think that's in. That's gorgeous. They sent Michael Thomas in motion on the wide side of the field, and as he was still going in motion, they snapped the ball and throw it to him. So he's already got a running start as he's catching the football, and he goes right up the field. Hey, why the hell y'all show that in the damn preseason, man? Don't show that shit. That should have been a regular season play you bust out. Look, that's Sean Payton showing off anyway, man. Don't show that off in the preseason. See if there are any more comments. Craig Smith says, literally all backups starting outside at corner. Yeah, I seen that. I saw Craig Marger and some dude number 42, and I'm like, whoa. We don't do 42. We don't do 40 corners, period, for the most part. You might get away with 1 or 2 dudes sneaking in there with a 40, but we try to stay away from the 40s at corner. I'm like, who is these clowns? I saw Casey Hayward in street clothes on the sideline, so I knew he wasn't playing. But who's going to be the – hey, Craig, since I got you here, who's going to start opposite of Casey Hayward, being that oh, shit, what's the dude name? Always get her. I love him, too. Can't never stay healthy out of TCU. Jason Verrett. No Jason Verrett because he injured himself again. And I think this is it for him in Los Angeles with the Chargers. I think this has got to be it. I mean, how many more of these can you sustain and keep waiting for this dude? But who's going to play opposite of, Casey Hayward? That's what I want to know. Who's starting opposite of him? Let me know. Excuse me. I'm dying to know. Young Dex. I'm not a commentator, but I am giving y'all the best play-by-play I can possibly give y'all for those who aren't able to watch this game. You should be. This is a primetime game, though, right here. This is CBS. Everybody's got CBS. There's no other game on. You should be able to get this at your crib. But, you know, I try to do the best I can for people who might not be in front of the television screen and be able to watch this thing. But so that was a hell of a drive by the Saints, man. Okay, Craig. Craig says, same guys last year. Trevor Williams, graded out as a top 10 corner last year. Got you. I wasn't aware of Trevor Williams and what he was doing out there in Los Angeles, so I got you. Is he banged up? Why is he not playing tonight? Can I get that out of you too? Desmond King from 1 yard deep in the end zone comes out, and this man is not even going to make it to the 20-yard line. I seen a lot of that today, man. Dudes getting bucked 4 and 5 yards deep in the end zone and not even getting back to the 20. This is a cute little play right here, man. That's gorgeous right there, man. That man came down in motion, like, and they start blocking, and he's already got a full head of steam going towards the goal line. That's real nice, man. That was clean right there. That was a clean-ass two-point conversion play. All right, Phillip Rivers is done for the day. Now we getting Cardale Jones. I assume Drew Brees is done as well. So wouldn't shock me if we got some Taysom Hill. He gets Mike Williams. So there you go right there, Mike Williams. So Mike Williams with his first catch on the day. Let's see how many starters are still in the game right now. Keenan Allen's still in there. So they still got some dudes in there holding it down, giving Cardale some work with some of the first-team guys. Toss to, is this Newsome still? Yeah, toss to Newsome. And he's going to pick up about a cool 4. Yeah. Gates ain't dumb. Gates don't want no part of training camp, man. He ain't want no part of these preseason games. Gates is like, look, man, I'm trying to get straight to the real games and straight to the money. You ain't guaranteed nothing in training camp. They can still cut you, which they wouldn't do to a legend like that, but still. Ain't no reason to come back until week 1 where your salary is guaranteed once you sign on the dotted line. And you ain't got to worry about these crazy practices and working against these teams and hitting and all that. You got to do none of that. Gates is a vested veteran. You think this man he's a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer. He don't want no part of training camp, bro. None. So Gates want to come back. The Chargers need him back, and he'll be back. Boy, the Saints came on a blitz, and Cardale Jones ain't stand a damn chance. Davenport. Who else? Rankins, Anyamata, all them dudes. Man, it was a jailbreak, boy. Everybody got there. Trey Hendrickson. All them cats was there. Who is that? Is that Von Bell? Von Bell. They were all there. Jailbreak. All them dudes was there. That's going to drop Cardale Jones for about a loss of 7 and force a 4th and 16 and a punt. So 8-7 now is the score with the Saints getting the football back, and we're going to get to see if Drew Brees and the first-team offense is returning to the field. I am going to go out on a limb and say that we've seen the last of Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees, and maybe Ingram, being that he's going to be suspended for the first 4 games of the season due to the PED usage. I'm going to guess that he might actually still get some more work in this game because he's not going to play for the first 4 weeks of the season. So let's see if I'm right. Let's go to the comment section. Carlos Garcia says, Trevor Williams is going to start. He's just hurt. Appreciate that. And my man Craig Smith told me that as well. Got you. Craig Smith says he sprained his ankle in practice 2 weeks ago. Okay. Got you. Enough said. He'll be ready for the start of the season, especially being that it was 2 weeks ago. And he'll get another 2 weeks before the season is to get underway. So he'll be back in enough time. Anu Naga says, what are you sipping on over there, bro? As a matter of fact, I need to refill it. So I'll go ahead and show you. Got this dumpling right here, man. I told y'all I'm a dumpling dude. Muscadine grapes is what I prefer to drink. And so I'm a wine dude. I know a lot of people like beer. I'm not a beer guy, man. I'm a wine dude. I'll drink liquor and I'll drink wine, but I ain't too big on beers, man. I ain't too big on beer. So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be sipping on probably some kind of wine. Yesterday I went with the red. Today, switched it up on y'all, going with a little bit of the white. So let's see if Drew Brees is back on the field or if we getting Taysom Hill. And I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I've seen from Taysom Hill, he stinks at quarterback. So Tom Savage, Nacho Man, Tommy Savage is in the game. And you know what? That might not be the worst thing in the world, Tom Savage being a backup, because I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't been that impressed with Taysom Hill. So Nacho Man, Tommy Savage is in. And let's see what he's about. He might be competing for a second string job right now. And it looks like he's going to get some work with these starters, too, because Ted Ginn just took that jet sweep. I see Tommy Lee Lewis out there. I see Ingram out there. I see Benjamin Watson out there. I want to take a look at these offensive linemen and see if they still in the game. Let's see. We done seeing Kamara and Breeze. They a package deal. Them boys was in bubble wrap until tonight, and they going right back in the bubble wrap. Yeah, they got the starters out there on the line. So Nacho Man Tommy Savage is about to get some work with these ones real quick. See what he could do. So both teams giving their backups a chance to run with the ones, give them a shot to see what they got. We might actually have a real open competition in New Orleans for the number 2. Hell, Chargers fans are out there. I know that for sure. Your backup situation isn't secured, is it? Like, bootleg, and Nacho Man Tommy Savage throws it to Ted Ginn Jr. on the bootleg, wide open, and is able to make a man miss and get up the field for a gain of 8. Cardale Jones isn't your backup, is he? Like, he's not secured as the number 2 guy, is he? Because I know I've seen more of Geno Smith than I have Cardale Jones, so I don't want to assume anything. There's still a competition going on, right? Chargers fans, I know y'all out there. Need to hear from y'all. Y'all still having an open competition for number 2 behind Phillip? Let me know. Because I've seen Geno, plenty of Geno, and I've seen a little bit of Cardale too. Ingram on the handoff on 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1, and he's able to get about a gain of 7, and that's going to move the sticks. And the Chargers still got a lot of the guys that started the game still in the game. Joseph Adai, Denzel Perryman, all of these guys still in the game right now for the Chargers. So Isaac Rochelle making a tackle. Kyle Emmanuel still in the game. So, yeah, they got a lot of dudes that's going to be playing a lot of snaps for this Chargers still in the game right now. And this game is moving very rapidly too. I can really appreciate that. Tom Savage drops back on 2nd and 14 after Ingram lost 4 yards on the last carry. And he's able to get back all of the lost yardage plus another 4 to probably set up about a 3rd and 6, we'll call it, after an 8-yard catch and run for Ingram. So let's see if Nacho Man Tommy Savage can convert on 3rd and manageable. From midfield. So let's see. Right now, the Saints are 0 of 3 on 3rd downs in this game. So they got a shot right here in 3rd and manageable to convert. Let's see what the Chargers dial up. They mugging the line of scrimmage. They come with 5. Get late pressure. Great throw by Tom Savage over the middle to Austin Carr, man. Okay. Defender flashed right in front of Carr. Thought he was going to get a hand on the ball. It somehow got the Carr, and he was able to make some moves after the catch. Great ball right there. And Carr able to get up the field and get an additional 15 on top of the catch that was already about a good 8 at the point of catch. So that's a good 23-yard gain or so down to the Chargers' 20-yard line. So Nacho Man Tommy Savage coming in here looking real comfortable, man. Real good, man. Empty set now for Nacho Man. Kyle Emmanuel came across early. Let me see if he was unabated or if he was drawn off sides by a Saints player moving. I'm gonna put this on Kyle Emmanuel though. Delay of game. So he was reading the clock is what Kyle Emmanuel was doing. Anticipating the snap, saying, look, it's at 1. They gotta snap it. I'm about to just go. Much faster than slow. And the Saints didn't get it off in time. So it's 1st and 15 from about the 26-yard line. Ingram with a nice little 6, 7, I'm gonna call it 8-yard scat there on 1st and 15. Let's see if we let's see what they mark where they mark it at. I'm going with 2nd and 7. Hey Craig, I can't with you, bruh. And they give him 10 on that carry, so it's 2nd and 5 after the nice little jaunt by Mark Ingram down to the Chargers 17. Ingram cuts to the outside, and he's got a 1st down. Let me see where they spot the ball. If they spot it where the official's right foot is, it's a 1st down. If they spot it where his left foot is, it's going to be 2nd or 3rd and short. I think it's going to be a 1st down, though. I think he got right to the line of game before he was driven back. So they marked him. They put the ball down where the official's left foot was, so he was short. So it's literally 3rd and inches. Quarterback sneak or a fullback dive, and they give it to Zach Line again. This time the Chargers are ready, but Line is such a big dude. He's able to fall forward for the 1st down, and he's going to move the sticks. So now it's going to be 1st and goal from about the, we'll call it the 9. Let's see where he gets to. No, it's not going to be 1st and goal. He's right outside the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 10.5-yard line. They called it 1st and goal, so they put the ball at the 10. I didn't think he got quite to the 10. But they give it to Ingram on 1st down. And he's able to get about 4 down to the 6-yard line. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So we're going to get to some of these comments. My man Craig Smith says, might have to go pour me a glass of red too, bro. Anything less would be uncivilized. Some of y'all don't even know where that's from, man. But I'm not even going to trip on y'all tonight. Blackbird Blitz, my man B3 says, thing about bringing it out 5 yards deep. He's talking about kickoff returns here. Thing about bringing it out from 5 yards deep is your team doesn't expect you to bring it out, so they can't set up their blocks. That's a great point. Is if they aren't expecting you to come out, they're not going to put in effort to go and try to block somebody. So all of those guys that's coming down on kickoffs get a free hit, essentially, and there's nowhere to go. And I've been seeing a lot of that today. But then there have been a lot of guys only 1 yard deep, which is, you expect guys 1 yard deep to bring it out. And they haven't gotten back to the 20 today. It's been rough on these kickoffs today. And New Naga says, any Artavis Scott action from the Chargers? Another sleeper from hashtag wide receiver U Clemson. I haven't seen Artavis Scott yet. And what you need to do is ask these Chargers fans how this man is doing in camp. I haven't heard much from Artavis Scott. Doesn't mean he ain't been balling in preseason and in camp. So we will see. Craig Smith says, Geno Smith is ahead of Jones for that number 2 spot by a mile. I thought so. I've seen both quarterbacks play. I've seen more of Geno than I have of Cardell. Been impressed with Geno when I've seen him, more so than Cardell. And so I was expecting Geno to be the guy. Geno. Oh, Geno. Oh, no. It's Geno. I was expecting Geno to have that number 2 spot on lock, but you can never be too sure. You know, teams like switching it up, just like we see in Buffalo do tomorrow with Josh Allen. You know, you want to give everybody an opportunity to get a shot to prove what they can do. And so we're seeing Allen start tomorrow. We've seen teams switch it up with their backups. Like, for instance, last week, Lamar Jackson got the second team reps in Baltimore with the second team offense. This week, Robert Griffin III started the game. So there's a little bit of a role reversal, because if you go off of last week's pecking order, Flacco in, then Lamar Jackson and Robert Griffin III got mop-up duty. This week, Robert Griffin III, and they had that pre-planned. That's why they set it up that way. They knew that Flacco wasn't going to play in this preseason game and that it would be Robert Griffin III. That's why they put him at the last quarterback in preseason game number 2. So teams always have a plan with what they do. And I guess the Chargers had a plan. Geno Smith is the number 2 guy, but we want to see what Cardell can do with the second team. And he got reps with the first teamers in this game, did Cardell Jones. Tom Savage under duress, still up, and he's able to get rid of the football, surprisingly. I thought he was going to get sacked. A little bit of pressure from Corey Liuget back in there trying to get the sack. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal from about the 6. And with 1:53 left and the Chargers having all 3 of their timeouts, both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. This is going to be some good 2-minute work right here, regardless of what happens. As long as they don't get a penalty that extends this drive and gives them a free first down, Chargers are going to get this football back with ample time and timeouts to put together a nice little 2-minute situation. This is what you look for as a coach. You want these kind of reps in the preseason. And not your man Tommy Savage, a little errant on the throw to the tight end Hill. So Hill wouldn't have gotten a touchdown anyway. He was going to get stopped regardless of whether he caught it or not. But he didn't catch it, and he would have been stopped short of the end zone. They were going to have to settle for a field goal anyway. So now they're going to bring their field goal kicker on. Will Lutz will be brought on, and let's see. Lutz is going to put this through because it's a chip shot, and he does right down the middle. And it's 1:46 left with 3 timeouts. So where I see it, Chargers are going to get a nice opportunity to run some 2-minute offense, man. And as a coach, you're hoping you get a chance to run some 2-minute offense and get a chance to manage the clock, get your players in a hurry-up situation with the play calling and, You know, you want to play this kind of situational football, so this is going to be a good opportunity for Cardale Jones and this Chargers offense. Meanwhile, score is now 11-7. Chargers trailing in this game after getting the initial score on a Newsome touchdown earlier in the game. The Saints have reeled off 11 straight points. Craig Smith says, Artavis has been showing out along with Jeremy Davis. He'll make a few plays tonight, says Craig Smith. I see you, Matt, and I feel you on that. That's a little bit of that Tom Savage, that Tom Savagery, if you will. There was no point to throw that football there because there was nothing good that was going to come out of that. It's not like Hill was going to turn up and get in the end zone on that one. And it wasn't even a cleanly thrown football. So even if Hill would have caught it, he still would have been tagged down. If you're going to throw that football, you've got to make sure that you put it on his body so he's got a shot to turn up the field and maybe drag that defender into the end zone. So, yeah. Is that Murphy Brown? Yeah, Murphy Brown coming back. They rebooting every damn show that ever came on TV, man. What the hell is going on out there? Wow, Murphy Brown is coming back. We all can't wait for the season to start, man. Everybody is really excited, man. You're just ready to get it started and you know, have 4 quarters of meaningful football where you know, hey, these dudes ain't coming out the game at some point. I'm gonna read your comment here in a second, Craig. Oh, man. If somehow Caleb Sturgis doesn't win the job and you're left with the GOAT, Roberto Aguayo, you would need that glass of red, bruh. You would need it in ample doses. So I think Caleb Sturgis is going to win the job, though. So I think you're going to be all right. I don't love Caleb Sturgis either, just so you know. I've seen the man in Philly. I've seen him in, I believe it was Miami. But he's better than Roberto. So I think you'll be fine. But Cardale Jones back out on the field. 3-by-1 set as they send the receiver in motion. They're looking to set up a screen, but number 35, who's this? And Cardale's giving him an earful. He didn't sell it well at all. Who's 35? I don't know who 35 is, but he didn't sell that screen. All right, Cardale loads up and throws it deep and to nobody. I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know if somebody ran a wrong route or what. He was under duress. I can tell you that much. I don't know what Cardale was doing there. But he got hit and he just said, "Hey, I'm gonna just get rid of this." I ain't mad at you. Cardale about to get sacked. He got to a gain of 1. So the Saints, if they want to burn a timeout right here, they can. And they're going to get a 2-minute look now. Daniel Onyemata with the cleanup of Cardale Jones. Marcus Davenport didn't look explosive off the edge at all right there, but he's been getting a ton of pressure tonight. And a lot of it has been on blitzes. So I'm going to try to eyeball him. They say he was only going to get about 15 snaps. He might already be at his limit for the night by the time we get to halftime. So I don't know if we're going to see much more of Marcus Davenport. I honestly don't believe he's going to be a huge contributor in his rookie season. I think it won't be until year 2 when we really start to see Marcus Davenport have a huge impact on this Saints football team. But I could be wrong. But, you know, I told you last year the Saints had, I told you during the draft wrap-up series that the Saints had, if not the best, one of the best drafts in all of football last year. And it was proven true by having the respective rookie of the years on both sides of the football. And you could also throw in Ryan Ramczyk and what he did at right tackle and just the tackle position in general, because they didn't always have a healthy left tackle in what's your boy's name? Teron Armstead. They didn't always have a healthy Teron Armstead. So, you know, Ryan Ramczyk was awesome last year for them. And, boy, they got the most out of their picks. And I know people are going to kill your boy out of Utah for the Minnesota Miracle, the Minneapolis Miracle. But he even had a really strong rookie campaign before that play. So, Marcus Williams. So, Saints had a hell of a draft last year. They're hoping that this abbreviated draft they had this year is going to prove to have huge dividends for them as well. Tom Savage in the game, and he's going up top. He's got Tommy Lee Lewis, and it's a catch. Hell of a catch by Tommy Lee Lewis, man. That's a good-ass throw by Nacho Man Tommy Savage, too. That's going to be about a good gain, about 37. That's a hell of a throw and catch, man. That's awesome. Hurry up and snap the damn ball. And then they run it, gun run with Ingram. Or no, that's who? Vereen, Shane Vereen. I forgot they just signed him about 3 weeks ago. So Vereen is in the game right now. He gets a carry for a gain of 2 to the Chargers' 19-yard line. See where they go after this. Vereen does a great job of blitz pickup there, allowing Tom Savage to get out the pocket and throw it away. That was a nice blitz pickup there by Shane Vereen. So they go run a screen here to Shane Vereen. And he got a little bit of space, makes the first man miss, but then is cut down by Craig Marger. Is that Craig Marger? Nope, Jeff Richards with the cut down. And that's a hell of a tackle, too, because Vereen was ready to get nasty. And Richards won't having it. Cut his ass down, right at the knees. Bow. Dumped him on his skull. And they're going to have to take this field goal from Will Lutz. They're going to call this timeout with about 4 seconds left, 3-4 seconds left. There it is. And they're going to send Will Lutz out there for this field goal. And if he knocks it through, which he should, we'll end up with a regular score. 14-7 at halftime. So, and if we do, what I'll probably do, I don't know. I might come back for the second half. I may not come back for the second half. I ain't going to lie to you. Because earlier, when I was doing these streams, half of the people would come back. The normal people would come back. And so I'm probably not even going to come back for the second half because I haven't had success with people coming back in the second half when you know it's going to be backups. So I probably won't come back in the second half. But I'm anxious to see both of these teams And we're going to break both of these teams down this week on the season preview and predictions video. So y'all check that out. Y'all like these videos. Y'all subscribe to the Louie T Network if you haven't already done so. The field goal by Will Lutz is good. The Chargers take a 14-7 halftime lead into the break. And make sure you like this video, you share this video. If you haven't already done so, I know I mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. Subscribe to the Louie T Network. Check out the podcast, Louie T Network podcast, doing a bunch of stuff on the Louie T Network, so make sure you continue to support the movement. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Enjoyed that first half with y'all, and I'll continue to watch the second half in peace, and I'll allow you to do the same. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll be watching Bills and Bengals at 4 o'clock, 4:30 on the NFL Network here on the Louie T Network. We'll be gamecasting that. And then we'll do something for the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I don't know if we'll go live or if we'll just do the live breakdown afterwards. I'll figure it out. But in any event, man, thank you guys for joining me. It's been fun. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time over here, man. Y'all have a good one. Be easy. I'm out.
Louie T Network.